What is up, YouTube?
What is up, YouTube? DJ stole my thunder.
I think he held off that play button on
I
purpose,
think he
bro.
did on purpose.
All right, we are going live on Facebook, I believe. Maybe.
Man.
There we go. Okay, so we are live again.
What is up, YouTube? I got it this time.
Matt sabotaged the first stream.
It's all Matt's fault. Somehow Matt returned.
I have a lag switch under here.
Lag switch.
All right, I'm going to try it one more time to go live on Facebook and see if it freezes.
Okay, do the thing. I'm trying to send links. Let me know if you drop the ball.
Okay,
Gratty.
I think we're on Facebook.
Hello?
Facebook, can you hear us?
If you can hear us, that would be great. Lindsay, let me know if that's working before I end up hitting and activating our vertical stream.
A vertical stream. Only in where would I even find it on Facebook?
Now that Mark Zuckerberg said what he said on the news the other day, can I just say whatever I want on Facebook now?
What is up,
Without getting
JFB?
canceled?
Who? JFB, what's up?
Well, I don't know where it's going, so we're streaming somewhere.
Somewhere in Facebook.
Streaming somewhere.
Somewhere on Facebook, we should be streaming.
Is in a deep, dark corner of the Facebook.
Almost said something.
I don't see anything on
Yeah,
Facebook.
I don't see anything on Facebook either, so I don't know what's happening.
We are not yet rated on Facebook. You people need to rate us on Facebook. Come on.
Definitely
going
1
on?
out of 10.
Would you
Rated
recommend
R.
Here for the Speed? Of course I would.
Yeah,
It's
I don't
not biased.
see. I don't know where we're going, but it says we're live. I think it says we're live, or is it saying I can stream?
Should I just drop this to my whole work chat? There's like 22 people in here. We get views.
No, we should be.
Imagine getting copyrighted for the logo.
Okay, I'm gonna try to turn on Instagram.
Oh, man.
Instagram is live, I think. So check Instagram too.
too.
Sorry guys, we're trying to stream this in
trying
other
something
places,
new.
so we're trying some stuff. So just bear with me while we
If
get
you're
that
on
set up.
YouTube, you get the early preview
Yeah,
of the shenanigans.
they're there. Okay, so we should be on all three as of right now.
I
but-
just recommended our podcast on Facebook.
Oh, good call.
Yep. I can't rate it though. I don't know why.
DJ, the screen.
Golly, man, come on.
Turn your volume down.
What a
man.
child.
Wasn't another one just yelling at y'all for that?
okay.
All the time.
Koozie, what's up, Koozie?
Make sure your volume is turned off.
Oh, hey, look, there's the computer. Hello.
Computer.
Matt decided to go extra hard with the shades today.
I don't know how to view a live on Instagram.
He's still hung over from Daytona.
Oh, no, I'm not.
I don't.
Allegedly.
I don't think we're actually on Instagram either, so I don't know what's going on.
Lindsay
doing great.
says she doesn't see it on Facebook or the Insta.
Oh, okay. Well,
I think you've dropped the ball. But not a bad test. You tried things.
I mean, it's saying it's going
You did your
somewhere.
best.
So I want to know where it's going. Because as of right now, it says
Probably
we're going
going
to Facebook
probably
and to
going to Reddit.
Instagram.
You might have put it on the
Somehow we lost
on the Here
the
for the
stream.
Speed OnlyFans.
I wish there was a way to test it, though. All right. Well, let's go ahead and get ready to go for realsies then, I guess.
You got the intro thing?
I've got the intro already written, yeah. All right, guys. So it was a good race. We're going to talk about...
No.
No. Was it? That's what I thought. All
Good
right.
was the stretch.
Yeah, it was. A little bit.
You got the music ready?
Yep.
Oh, look at you, DJ.
I'm ready.
Way to go, bro.
Who is this guy? It's nice. When
Mute
we-
it.
Stop looking at memes.
Volume. Yeah, right.
Sorry.
And I'm the one saying that.
Here we go. After most of the race being a snoozer, the last 50 laps of the race delivers an exciting end to the regular season as Chase Briscoe wins and gets locked into the playoffs. The playoffs are here, and we are here for the speed. What is up, everybody? My name is DJ. Glad to be with you guys. I'm joined by the one and only
Jake.
Chef.
Matt. That's how we do things, right? Jake,
No.
Jeff.
I
Matt.
mean, I feel like we'd match the energy of what the first 250 laps of this race was.
I think Matt said it best. I was like, this should just be the Southern 50.
Yeah, I think the Southern 50 would have been much more impressive.
The first 50 to the last 50.
You know he's just me saying doesn't say local Brad Keselowski.
Man, he's locked in. Dude.
I'm locked in.
okay.
You guys are.
I tried to
Who's
get
your
him to put
driver?
a Brad diecast on the table, and he goes, "No, Brad is not."
I didn't think you guys would say that. His performance was abysmal.
Yeah. So, anyway.
Wait, real quick, before we get too far into
Yeah.
it. Anyone else surprised they can still call us the Southern 500? All the things they've outlawed in NASCAR. is this kind of rebel, redneck, rebel flag?
Yeah, I guess so.
Like this Southern 500 used to have a rebel flag logo.
Did it?
Like, I'm kind of surprised. Yeah. Oh yeah.
Now it's got a cookout logo. I like that too.
I'm kind of surprised like the name is stuck around.
That's true.
But
It's catchy. I mean, it's catchy.
It's not even that far south. Way north.
What's the most northern
That
track
is
we go
definitely
to
the
in
north.
Michigan?
That's the North 500 for us.
Basically. I mean, honestly, Homestead should be the southern 400. It's a 400 race down there. 400. Yeah. Yeah. So the southern 400 is Homestead. That
Wait,
makes sense.
is it the most northern 500 mile race?
I don't.
Pocono's 400 miles. Charlotte's 600 miles.
Basically, at this point.
The real Southern 500 is in February.
We need a
in
map.
Daytona Beach.
Map right here. Start plotting this stuff out.
I mean, there's not many 500 mile distance races.
I mean,
The name is a lie.
I'm not opposed to it.
We'll start the petition for next year to change it to the Northern 500.
Northern
I
50.
mean, I think Bubba might
Northern
agree.
50.
The Northern 50 would, I think, is suffice enough. A 30-minute little shootout. Call it good. Whoever wins gets a playoff berth.
Bubba
No
might agree
questions.
with that one.
Stop.
Could you
Yeah.
imagine if it was just 50 laps? The chaos.
Oh, the music's still playing. That's interesting.
Ooh.
You shouldn't do that, DJ.
Yeah.
Stop.
I don't know how I. Oh, I know what I did. My bad. See, this is what happens when I try new things. Thanks, JFB. Cool. All right.
Was
so,
the music still going in
Yes,
the
it was.
background?
Probably just
wild.
cranking, couldn't hear us the whole time.
Yep.
I couldn't hear nothing the whole time.
Yep. It would have been full blast. So sorry about that.
It's good because what Jeff just said would have got us canceled. So.
Something about Southerners and Northerners.
In short,
That's not what I
NASCAR named their things wrong. All right, so let's go through and start hitting the ratings. So, what do you guys think of the race? I'll start with Matt.
All honesty, I think it was a 4 out of 10. I was not very impressed. The whole beginning of this first two stages, everything but the last 50 laps were trash. Did not enjoy them. Nobody could move positions. Tires didn't matter. Kyle Larson dominated. Just not very fun to watch.
He did dominate.
For a
didn't
crown jewel race, it was boring. Besides the last 50 laps.
That is true.
That's it. I mean, let's
he? Yeah,
I wish I could say you were wrong.
do it. I dare you.
You were wrong.
you're wrong. No. I mean, you typically are, but in this case, I think you're right.
Wrong.
Clocks,
Yeah.
broken clocks, right? Twice a day.
Yeah. So that was it. That was nothing.
That's
else.
it. I mean,
Four out of 10?
4 out of
Four.
10 for
Jeff?
sure.
Jeff.
I would give it like a 3.5. I was not a fan at all. Jake and I just ended
How
up talking
original.
about other stuff the whole time, pretty
Like-
much.
Larson's in the lead.
Yeah, we kept going back talking about personal stuff, and it wasn't that good, man. I mean, it was probably the worst Southern 500 I've watched in the last 10 years.
It was,
That's a fact.
It was not
I
enjoyable.
mean,
I don't
it's
know
not
why.
good.
Southern 500 is normally a good race, man, and this thing sucked.
Yeah, this thing was terrible.
Sorry. Southern 500 is normally a good race, but this one sucked.
Yeah,
Like,
so,
there ain't no way to say. There's the last 50 laps were entertaining. Honestly, not because of the cautions or whatever, but just you had some guys like Ross stayed out. You had some other guys stay out. Kyle Busch came down and got tires last minute. Like, you had some variable strategy with, like, a couple lap tires, fresher, this, that, blah, blah, blah. So, I mean, I think it got a little more exciting. So, like, if you just took the last 50 laps, it's a perfect race. It's very exciting. But,
Yeah.
I mean, of course, we got to, do the whole thing. And so, if I do the whole thing, I'm definitely I would give it a 5. Generous 5.
Oh, that is generous.
Only because of the end. If it wasn't for the end, it's
He's a
it's
Larson
2.
fanboy. That's why.
I
That's
definitely am not.
Yes, you are.
Look, bro.
I was gonna.
There's a
say
5
it
underneath that
seems
shirt,
like-
I promise.
It seems like
Wanna
it seems like this race and the Richmond race like kind of flip flopped. It's like Richmond used.
Yeah,
to
what
be
happened to
kinda-
that?
Richmond used to be
Right?
kind of like this, and then Darlington was like Richmond this year.
So,
and it kind of flip flopped.
DJ, what would you rate it?
So I'm gonna.
So we got a 5, a 3.5 because he's so original, and a 4.
I'm actually gonna go 5.5.
5.5. All
Yeah,
right,
and
we're
my-
right there.
So my thing with 5.5 is only because it would have been like a 4 prior to the last 50 laps. So it's 50, and the reason I'm giving that 1.5 points extra, my thinking is we're probably not going to talk about that 200 laps being boring. We're going to remember the last 50 laps.
Yeah.
So when
Yeah.
looking back on it, hindsight and everything, I think that's going to be the highlight. And that was an amazing 50 laps.
Well, Jake, you brought up something super awesome. You were like, you can tell the race is getting boring and they're dragging out information when Lee Duffy stopped talking.
I was like,
You are so accurate because now it's Jeff Burt. I can't remember who's in the.
It's
thing.
Jeff Burton and Steve Letarte.
They are doing like the analytics.
All the talking.
Oh, this is the whole season, and this is where we are in the playoffs. And you got Truex up here, and what a trooper! He hasn't been on the track for 200 laps. But let's talk about him in the point standings. And
Yeah, they were
It was
digging
like
deep.
you were really digging on this.
Yeah.
You could tell like he didn't have a whole season's worth of stuff to kind of fall back on.
Right.
You
Right.
know?
Yeah, he definitely went
I
for a
think
bathroom break or food or something. He was gone.
The biggest thing to me was there was no attrition this race.
Yeah,
Like
not
like
really.
literally none at all. Like no attrition. Like no parts failures, no nothing. And we
No,
were
there really
seeing
wasn't.
stuff like that throughout the season. And I really expected 500 miles here. It's hot. The track is brutal. I mean, Darlington's known that you race the track more than your competition.
You're going to be a lot of drivers are pushing it because they're trying to
Yeah.
make up spots.
And it seemed like everybody was getting about 5-6 car lengths apart, and that was it. And they were just kind of stuck there. And once the tires wore, you couldn't do anything about it. You couldn't catch up. You couldn't make ground. Nobody could make ground on you. And we talked about like the top 10. They moved around a little bit, but like the top 10 was the same top 10
Pretty much.
all night. And 11 through 20 was the same people all night. And 20th on back was the same people all night. You had a few, like Denny Hamlin definitely got up there a little bit, but you had just a few that kind of broke the mold. But pretty much if you were top 10, that's where you stayed. Top 20, that's where you stayed. And nobody really moved all night. There was zero attrition.
We kept an eye on Bowman because Bowman we thought was going to be that sleeper pick, 21 points back. His lap times were great during practice. He's going to be one of the top guys. And I don't think he ever got above 20th.
I don't think he ever cracked the top
finish
20.
of the race, and he finished 19th. Unofficial, but
I don't think he ever cracked the top 20 before those last
the whole
couple
race.
yellows.
And then Brad, he was, I think he started 13th. He was constantly between 10th and 15th.
That's where
the
he ran
whole
all
time.
day.
All day. His car did not give
Which
any more.
I feel like the Darlington in the spring, we didn't have that. You had a lot of comers
No,
and
we
goers.
kinda
You had a lot of
did.
action. You had some attrition. You had some guys getting in the walls and really affecting their speed. Like you had some.
There was
like,
some sloppiness in the spring race, but it's during the day, so it's got to be hot and slick, right? This is
Well, I mean,
a
I feel
cooler
like this was
race.
pretty slick too. I mean,
Yeah.
Chase Briscoe said that after he won the race. He said, "I was driving for my life. I was as loose as you can be. Like,
Really?
I was.
I
It
must
was
have missed
all I
that.
had to do
Because
it was all I could do to not.
I
wreck.
remember in the spring race, the real fight was Busher, Brad, and Reddick, and they were up front the whole race. If you guys remember, they were pretty much that top 5, top 8 lineup, and those were going to be the cars to beat coming to the checker.
yeah.
So it's just I don't know. I think Darlington this year, the spring and the fall, were very similar.
Yeah.
Yeah.
To me, I kind of got that feeling that everybody was points racing today.
You think so?
Yeah.
Yeah,
not
I
not
get it.
everybody. Like Chastain had to win. Bubba all had to win. I mean, pretty much. Anybody outside of that, but your playoff guys were all points racing. Yeah. I feel like this was probably a good test run before you start playoffs next week. And then this is also probably a good, you're trying to, okay, if I'm 6th in the regular season point standings, what do I got to do to get to 5th? To get a few extra playoff points. Because a win probably doesn't, if it's not realistic, maybe just a good day. And so it just really felt like, to me, like everybody was kind of taking it not easy, but playing it a little more safe.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody was willing to just get it in there real hard and run that 1-2 inch off the wall, risk putting the car in the fence.
No, I get it.
Was this better
Well-
than having? Sorry, was this better than having it the final at Daytona?
No, absolutely
Absolutely
not.
Yeah.
But
So,
also,
I feel like they raced last week like it was the last week.
Well, it's because
But
Daytona.
going back to what you were saying though, like the difference between like a win being out of reach, at least today, based off what I was seeing, is like 5th. A win being out of reach normally would be like 12th, 13th, 14th, 15th, and back. But today it's like
Apparently-
If you weren't top
if you're
3,
even if you're even in 5th, it's like you're 5 seconds back from the leader.
Where
yeah.
did Chase Briscoe
You know,
run all day?
So
top 5.
He was,
Like
yeah,
top
he was up
five.
there.
He was a top. I think he started 3rd.
Yeah, no, he started good.
But
Yeah,
for
he was
sure,
up there
yeah.
the whole day.
And if
the
that
the big
caution-
mover, I think, was Hamlin. The whole
Hamlin
day.
was a huge mover.
Hamlin was the biggest
well,
one.
and Hocevar, second
Ross
to
did
last.
pretty good. Yeah, I mean those were probably
Maybe
the best ones.
Logano. I don't know where Logano started, but he was a top 10.
Blaney
you know.
moved straight backwards.
So did Truex.
Yeah.
That's what it's true.
I was gonna say, with the exception of Truex wrecking, like the Toyotas actually went the whole race without an engine problem, so that's kind of cool.
Hey, let's go.
You're
We're playoff
learning.
They
ready.
made a whole 500 race without
You're
an engine breaking.
learning. Yay. All right. So let's talk about what happened in the race. So obviously, stage one, what was it? Lap 2?
Lap 2, I think. 2
yeah,
or 3.
2 or 3.
2, I think.
Yeah. Basically, what was his name? Truex. I've already
Truex.
forgot about him because, he's basically irrelevant now. Truex is.
Don't say that to Jen's face.
Sorry, Jen.
She'll deck you. You better watch yourself.
Well, his replacement did really well in the race today. So, anyway, he gets
He got the
loose.
script. That's what happened.
A part of the plan.
Yeah, he gets loose, wiggles. Basically, Blaney was thinking he was going to be able to gas it up and get past him before he comes up. Doesn't happen. Takes out him and Blaney. Basically, both of them are out of the race. That was lap, like we said, 2 or 3. I mean, for me, I was like, oh boy, it's going to be a long night. Here we go.
Yeah.
And
Nothing
that was
happened.
it.
I have a theory.
Oh, geez.
I think he ran 2 laps and thought it was too hot. Knew he was locked in anyways and just fenced it.
I completely agree. What does
He was like, I'm retiring.
What does he
It's hot.
care?
I have nothing to gain.
I think he's actually disappointed he's in the playoffs. I'm gonna be honest. I think he's probably like, man, I just raced too well before I decided I was gonna quit.
Let me try one last effort to get out.
Can I wreck on lap 2?
I feel
and still get out of. He's just playing the game.
Somebody told him, they're like, look, you're
He didn't look that upset in the care center.
No,
He did not look that upset.
They're telling him, it's like, look, you're basically all but guaranteed to win it and get in. Let me see if I can make it interesting. It just turns.
No, whatever.
Yeah, so that was stage 1, and then not really anything happens through the rest of stage 1.
Not much.
Through-
Nothing. It ran green
Few
all the way.
cars got a
Green,
little
green.
loose.
Same with stage
Not
2.
a lot
pretty
of
much.
tire. Not a lot of tire strategy. It was
Typical Darlington in that, you're basically everyone's up on the wall. Everyone's kind of scraping the wall here and there, but nothing really happening. Stage 2, same thing. Nothing really happens.
I don't remember even seeing like many pit road penalties or anything.
Nothing.
There was
I mean, like
one.
nothing.
We
I think
thought Hamlin
Cindric
was gonna
had
get it.
one, and I think there was, but
We thought Hamlin was going to get it. Remember, you came flying into the
Yeah.
pits that one. He was.
Oh yeah, I thought that was
For
our stage.
sure.
That was stage 2. I really thought he was going to get one in stage
No,
2.
he didn't get anything.
yeah,
so it's-
nothing.
I think the timers are off.
All right, and so then we go to stage 3, and then this is obviously where things start ratcheting up because you have, obviously now at this point,
It was still
It's
pretty
stu-
cookie cutter.
it was, but that's where you start having a lot of the stress of like, okay, now guys are going to have to start making some moves. You saw Ross Chastain and his team; they started making some extra adjustments. And
Breaking news: Jennifer has made it into victory lane. You see the photo?
Typical.
So, this is where you start seeing like guys like Ross Chastain's like, okay, we're going to change up our pit strategy, see if
Yeah.
we can do something different to kind of leapfrog or something. And so then we have somebody ordering a pizza. So
Apparently,
Hocevar.
Carson Hocevar just
The garlic crust.
whips it in turn 4, just loses
Yeah.
it, goes around.
he's a good delivery man.
I don't know who called for the pizza, but
Probably
someone
Bush.
Bush.
It makes you wonder.
Well, you know what's funny is he called for a pizza. He wrecked. It was the wrong pizza, so he had to do it again.
I feel like we need to
They
explain
delivered
what
the
that
wrong
is.
pizza.
So, okay, for anyone that doesn't know what we're talking about when we say order a pizza, so it was a known code back in the day that when a car needed a caution, a team needed a caution, that they would call one of their affiliated lower teams and be like, "Hey, anyone want some pizza? We're gonna make an order for a pizza," and that was code for spin out.
Spin out, create a yellow.
Create a
and
yellow.
then they would have a guy sitting outside the racetrack, and he would bring in a pizza
Just to make it like
just to make it look legit.
Yeah.
Wasn't it Junior who did this?
No, definitely not.
I'm pretty sure it was Junior.
No,
Cheater.
it was 100%.
probably Rusty Wallace.
Absolutely not.
Yeah. So
that's funny.
yeah. So that's what we mean when we say ordering a pizza. So yeah. So Hocevar goes around. Man, Hocevar was looking
He saved
really
the
solid.
race. He saved the race.
He honestly,
honestly
He's-
did.
He's the hero we needed.
My hero.
Not all heroes wear capes. They're
My
just
noble
like 6'10".
steed.
Yeah. Yeah,
Hey,
6'10".
he caused a legitimate yellow that he didn't need to right hook somebody for.
Listen, for Hocevar, that's a big deal.
It's kind of
Oh
real.
wait, we got to talk about the other right hook.
The one that's not a
The
right hook.
Busher.
I think that was after
Busher and
the
McDowell.
first spin of the pizza
Oh,
delivery
no.
boy.
Busher Gillen.
Yeah.
Busher.
Not really a right hook, although RCR would probably demand.
Not
that he
really
gets
a
banned
right hook,
forever.
as they show the in-car cam.
Unprecedented.
Okay, so let's talk about that. So, going down there, it looks like what happens to me, at least. I don't know what you guys think, but I think that Gillen basically kind of, I wouldn't say fences him, but
No,
runs
he
him up-
definitely fenced him. Like, that was for sure.
Okay, so up into the wall. So Busher, is coming down into the racing
He bushed
line,
him, man.
let's say, and basically turns Gillen. He goes spinning, and we have another caution. You
Todd
guys-
was fine.
Do you think he right hooked him?
No.
Nah.
No.
No, like
I mean,
legitimately.
he
No.
did spin him out, but
I
don't
think he
it's-
definitely hit him.
I don't think he right hooked him.
I think
But
But
did.
he didn't pound him in the face.
Let's
or
just
anything,
say,
you know what I mean?
listen, you are on the bubble. You're on the cut. You're 2 points, maybe positive.
You just got
and
fenced.
this back marker guy comes up and throws you into the wall.
Yep, you're taking him out.
You are just like, this mother trucker, right? Just whoop. I mean, I would. I ain't gonna lie.
Stay back there where you belong.
It didn't look. It didn't look
See you
like.
next year.
It didn't look, to be fair, that he turned the wheel enough to call it a
Yeah,
right hook.
that was the funny
but he
part.
was turning the wheel,
Bro, he was chopping the wheel
that-
left and right and left and right. If you see the in cam.
Yeah, so they showed
He's got to
these
make
like-
that SMT look good.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
Oh, he was going back and forth,
Throw
back
him
and
off.
forth. There's no way.
I was just barely hanging on to it, man.
yeah,
throw off the SMT data.
that was
I
hilarious.
believe it 100%.
So then we have another caution, and then
There was a bunch of cautions.
There was-
I didn't even get them all in
yeah,
here.
we started having caution after caution.
I'll tell you, host of ours
Yep.
saved the race.
At one point, we I don't know
Papa
what-
Gibbs.
Oh,
Sorry.
yeah.
Look for Jen.
Stop distracting me.
Papa Gibbs is
So-
saying howdy ho to his new
New
favorite
winner.
boy.
Fun fact, while we were at Daytona in the backstage of driver intros, there was all the JGR guys minus Martin Truex Jr. plus Chase Briscoe.
You already in there.
Got that
Oh,
dog.
yeah, he was already in. Oh,
Yeah.
100%.
That's interesting. All right, so then we basically at one point it's looking like it's going to be a Larson Hamlin show and a repeat of all these times that Larson is getting run into the fence by Denny Hamlin and all that stuff.
Right.
Is
Yes.
anyone listening to me or
Yes,
is everyone
I'm
watching the
listening to you.
TV?
No, I'm
They
just,
just have
I'm,
the,
I'm getting
It's
the
the
playoff
Larson.
standings.
It's the Hamlin
okay,
Cow
yeah,
show.
the playoff
Hamlin
standings.
Cow show.
That
Come on,
was a
man.
good one. Okay.
NASCAR's slow to put the standings up.
That's
so
true.
Like, come on, DJ.
Oh, he's
Okay.
taking a shower on pit road. This is wild.
What? Tyler Reddick? He
Yeah.
probably needed one after today.
Oh, look, it's Jen. No.
So yeah, okay. So then basically you had
that was a
Larson.
storyline.
Larson, yeah, we'll get there.
The Reddit.
So Hamlin and Larson are basically battling at the front. And you're like, okay, here we go. Is Larson going to pay him back? Is Hamlin going to do the same thing? And we're going into this whole game again. And then out of nowhere, Briscoe starts coming up all of a sudden, and he's like, hey, and he comes
Zoink.
up. This was before the ultimate move he had because that was
Oh,
around
yeah.
Chastain. He gets up there and it's like, oh, okay, Briscoe might have a legit shot here. And then I think another caution happens. And then we get into where Chastain has now managed to somehow finagle his way
Full
up there,
Cindy's.
getting up there. And then you have Kyle
He
Busch.
just stayed out.
Well, there was he makes that one
Everybody
call to stay
pits and he stays out.
out. Who turned the audio off?
This guy. Come
This
on, man.
guy.
How did the
Wow.
audio turn on? That was weird.
Yeah, it did kind of just
That's
turn on
it.
by itself.
Jake, you said you were
Poltergeist.
quitting after this week, right?
The TV is literally going nuts.
Just turn
got
it.
that clicker
I got an
over
idea.
here.
Just turn it off.
I tried. And
I
it
did.
came back
He
on.
did turn it off. I saw it.
It came back on.
This is-
It literally turned off for 30 seconds and came back on.
I'd like to point out that y'all want to put in the new project. You want to put another monitor in front of y'all. That's a bad idea. No,
no sound on that one. I'm gonna hold the remote just in case.
we're gonna remove the speakers from it just to be safe. All right.
What are we talking about?
Oh gosh. All right. So then we're getting toward the end. We got basically you had Chastain all of a sudden stay out.
He stayed out.
That was
Old
wild.
tires.
By
That was a
himself.
mistake.
But he has to.
Yeah, I get it.
Like he didn't have a choice. Like I mean, he's got to do something.
Yeah, kind of. Yeah.
And honestly, it was looking like it might have played out because then he came in at that last caution and with what was
Got
it
it.
like
Got
15
some
to
fresh
go
tires.
and got freshies and it's like okay, like no, and him and Bush and a couple of other people came in. Not many did. I think Hamlin and a few others.
If you weren't first, might as well, right?
Yeah,
I mean,
exactly.
That was my idea.
If you're not
So
first, you're last.
and then we have the restart with 15 to go. And Kyle Busch, I
Champion
believe, starts
Simulator.
in sixth. I think is where he was at.
Somewhere, yeah, I think
and
sixth.
I think Chastain started in eighth, and then him and Briscoe just put on a clinic of a race.
Yeah,
They were gone.
Yeah, they were really good. I mean, Briscoe definitely had like just a fast piece in general, but I mean, he's always been good when you give him. I mean, I've always been under the impression that Briscoe's a pretty solid driver when you give him good equipment. So, I mean, yeah, he's only had one other win prior to this one, but you give him some clean air and he can run the track. He understands how to run these tracks. So, yeah, I just don't think Kyle Busch had that raw speed to catch him.
What does it say?
But-
It turned back on.
Oh my God. Again.
I'm sorry.
What is happening?
We need an
Anyway,
exorcism.
I don't think Kyle had that raw speed to catch him. I think he really struggled in 1 and 2, like a lot. But his 3 and 4, he was making up for it. And it wasn't until like the last maybe 4 laps where Kyle finally figured out 1 and 2 and was getting runs in 3 and 4. And it just wasn't enough to catch him.
No.
He just wasn't ready, man.
I think overall Kyle did have the faster piece, but I just don't think that. I think he had the faster piece.
Kyle?
Yeah. Dude, that thing is going.
Dude, the
right now.
TV keeps going on and
But
on.
Just
anyway.
let it go. Should be
Yeah,
fine.
just let it go.
Just
But
mute it at this point.
I think Kyle had the faster piece, but he struggled in 1 and 2 too much on those laps, and
Yeah.
that costed him. So that's my opinion. You know, Briscoe
I
had a
think
fast
Kyle
piece,
Busch
but
is unfortunately learning that he is in an RCR car. And not a Joe Gibbs car, and he was running everything
and then
he
he
could.
wants to go
But
to
guess
Spire,
what?
maybe?
That car was a second place car. He got it right to where it could have been.
I think he did good to get it a second.
Honestly, yeah.
Yeah.
He and I mean, again, Briscoe just coming out of nowhere because like if Briscoe,
who invited this guy to the
like
playoffs?
if if Briscoe isn't just all of a sudden just comes alive, dude, Kyle Busch runs away from the entire field.
if I remember right, this isn't the first time Briscoe's done that too, where he's come out and just won. And then
I don't
just
know.
made the playoffs.
How many-
And made it through the
Maybe
first
in
like 2
Xfinity,
rounds or something like that.
know.
I don't know because the last
Wasn't
time he
that-
won was the first year of the next gen.
Oh,
so
yeah,
it
and he
obviously
made it all the way to like round of 8.
he did.
Yeah, he did. That's
Stinker.
you're right.
Yeah, he
He's
made it
right.
all the way up there. We're like,
I
who
know
is
I
this
wasn't
guy?
crazy.
Yeah,
like
you
he
were
did
right.
something like that.
Yeah. So I think that like Jeff, that you were saying, I think being that he showed that he's a good driver, especially when everyone is equal. The beginning he won, remember, very early in the season when the next gen came out. Well, it was like the second or third race, I think. That's where the "Get Briscoe a Hat" song came out, which I still think is hilarious.
No, it was the road course at Michigan or at
that was
Indy.
that was another one. But he won one of the first seasons of the next gen, I believe.
I thought it was
it was
the
like
road course.
Phoenix or Las Vegas or something like
I'm
that.
interested to
Phoenix.
see what he
Phoenix.
does.
Phoenix.
Okay.
You're right.
Yeah.
So yeah,
I remember that.
It was early in the season.
Everybody
Yeah.
thought like, "Whoa, he's gonna be good. Stuart Haas gonna be good." No, they weren't.
Psych.
I'm
right off a
interested
cliff.
to see what happens
last
when he
one.
gets into the 19.
So
though.
yeah, putting
So,
Briscoe in the
we'll see.
19 could be.
Is
a
this the
pretty
first win since then?
Yes.
Yeah.
He's only got 2 wins. This is only his
No,
second Cup
for
Series.
Stuart Haas.
Yes, Stuart Haas did
Oh,
not
for
have
Stuart
a win.
Haas?
They
Yeah.
didn't win last year at all.
No.
No,
The
no.
4-car won quite a
No.
bit.
Not
one of
last
these
year.
years.
It was the
No.
year
Harvick
before.
went winless in his last year.
Yeah, okay, so 2022, Harvick won.
Mm-mm.
No.
I'm gonna look it
Well,
up.
no, Harvick
I don't
did
know.
win one. I
Harvick
think.
definitely went
I think he
back-to-back
won in
wins.
the. Didn't he win in the playoffs though?
He
Yes,
won Michigan
yes,
and
he
Richmond.
did win because after he retired, they were saying the last guy that won was Chase Briscoe back in.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. So 2
Core
of the
memories.
last 3
Core
SHR
memories.
wins were Briscoe.
Still,
That's
like,
still, yeah.
Sorry to everyone else.
So,
yeah.
but I'm interested to see what happens, man, when he goes to Gibbs and it's
should
in
be
some
good.
solid equipment.
I mean,
you know,
talk about an upset because now we have yet another winner for the playoffs.
yeah.
Kevin Harvick last win, Michigan, 2022.
With the
But
Busch
that
Apple
is
car.
that is super cool
It's
though.
beautiful.
Like
Facts.
you're
beautiful.
going out. It's like kind of
Very
one of
sharp,
those,
Very sharp.
kind of just one of
It's
those
only 'cause
going
it was a
out.
beer car.
Yeah, just going out on your sword. You know, like
Jeez.
we might be closing down, but we're gonna
Go
like,
down on your sword is probably
I
not
think
the
Ford is just
analogy to
mad.
use.
Well,
They're
I mean,
like, out
like
of
they're
all
not
the
gonna,
teams.
bro. They're not gonna win. I'm calling it. They're
They
not
did
gonna win
win.
championship. Well, not. I'm talking the playoffs. Like
Calling it right now.
championship.
You never know.
Briscoe wins
I'm
the
just
championship.
saying. I don't.
Austin Cindric
I don't
and
think
Daniel
that they're going
Suarez
to
are
do
in the
it.
playoffs. I think anything is possible.
So is Harrison Burton.
I think
So much Harrison and Austin Dillon almost made it.
You know.
I'm going to throw this out there. Martin Truex Jr. is out round of 16.
Oh, 100%. Did you see the playoff standings?
Is he in the red?
He's last.
Is he really?
Oh,
He's
really?
last.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know.
Yeah, we'll go over it, but yeah,
Okay.
it ain't looking good.
Now
for
that you put it in
TJ.
that perspective, I rescind my statement. Yeah, like I didn't.
No,
think
it's obvious.
I forgot
There is
about
a clear
Cindric.
path for Harrison Burton to win the championship. I agree.
Our championship 4 predictions are Harrison Burton.
I'm pretty sure.
Harrison Burton.
Chase Briscoe, Austin Cindric, and
Is
I
that
mean,
your
at this
final
point, you
four?
might as well pick the guy in last, Martin Truex Jr.
Is that your top 4?
yeah, why not?
Penske and the Wood Brothers car.
Oh
Yep.
my god!
All right, so
Oh, no.
yeah, so I mean, like, man, what a win for him. I am happy for Briscoe because, man, I love seeing, we've talked about it before, love seeing like the emotion and everything, like, how much this means to them and everything. So that was cool. Would have liked to have seen Kyle Busch win as much as I would have liked it. Sorry,
Lewis was so mad.
Lewis. Oh yeah, what did
So
Lewis
he
say?
called me after the race.
I saw him crying.
He was like, "Bro, you called me. I threw my phone away. I didn't want to hear it." I was like, "No, bro, it wasn't like that. I was like rooting for Kyle Busch. I was making sure you were, tuning into it because he was taking some photos and stuff with his family, and he was like, oh, so when I'm not there, you root for Kyle Busch."
Can we be honest? He's been here like what, twice out of 26 races?
Well, that's Lewis. Anyways, but yeah, no, he was. It was.
We love you,
hilarious.
Lewis.
He was funny. He was like, "So y'all root for Kyle Busch when I'm not there."
Yep,
But when I'm
absolutely.
there, it's just
Absolutely.
the end of the world. All right, I got you. Okay.
100%. Yes.
You got it. You're on. Yeah, all right, you got it.
Obviously,
Maybe if
we'll,
he came tonight, then it wouldn't have turned out that way.
Go Chase Briscoe.
Kyle Busch is looking nice.
all right, so let's talk about Xfinity real quick, and then we'll talk about kind of the playoff standings.
about
where we're
what
at.
in
There
Xfinity?
was nothing to talk about. Runner-up Creed almost won and then didn't. Big surprise.
I did totally jinx that.
You
Yeah, you
100% did.
Just
Honestly, the race was pretty good. It was just kind of lackluster.
There wasn't
The cars are really hard to drive. I love the in-car of Bell.
I
could
was
watch
busy.
that
I
all
didn't
day
watch much
long.
of it, to be honest. I had it in the background, but I was
Bell
way
would
busy.
go in the corner, steer right all through the center, starting to go out of the corner, and then totally out of the corner. Going out of the corner, he was just turned right again. It was I could watch that in-car camera literally the
Oh
entire
yeah,
race. That was so much.
They were straight
I was
dirt
like-
dirt driving.
Oh
it in
yeah,
there,
bro. I was like,
drifting through the whole thing.
yep, I couldn't do that.
Nope.
Bro, I'm telling you, he's driving so confident. He's like, we go left here and then turn right and then back straight. And the car looks perfectly smooth coming off the track.
Yeah.
You're like, the heck just happened right here?
How did that
Doesn't
happen?
even make sense.
Bro, it was okay. The race was okay. Hate it for
Yep.
DGM. They wrecked another car, had something else break. That sucked for the 91.
Yeah, and Weatherman looked like he might have actually been hurt a little bit.
Yeah,
on
he
that.
looks like he's still sore from the Michigan crash.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, he hit real hard on the right side. The belts really kind of hit him real hard here on the right side. So
That makes sense.
yeah, he's still in his feels there a little bit on on his right side. So that was a very similar wreck, not nearly as hard, but that's what's kind of driving that.
Makes sense. All right, so Jake, since now let's move on and talk about the actual playoffs, since that's really all there is to talk about with this race. What's the grid for the playoffs now?
Got it. Hold on, a little crooked.
We don't know. Tyler Reddick.
Oh, I missed the photo. Wait, didn't Kyle
Reddick won by 1 point.
Kyle Reddick won, right? Okay, well,
Can we talk about Tyler Reddick for 1 second?
Actually,
Reddick
hold
had
on,
the race
we
of
do
his
need to.
life.
wait, can you play a song called Rocket Man?
Rocket Man.
This man was sick the entire race. He quote, it's been posted all online. I'm barfing and crapping all in this car.
And that's the censored version.
You're gonna have to find that Reddick NCF or NSFW.
It's going to be
Jake
You want
just-
to
Jake
try to
just
get the
had a
photos of
stroke.
Reddick in his fire suit?
It's going to be.
I bet Bob has
What were you
photo.
saying? He had a white photo suit
Yeah.
or
Photo
photo suit? White
There
fire
was,
suit.
there was brown streaks coming off the back of his car the whole time.
Yeah.
Man, that's rough.
He was
gonna
letting
be,
it rip.
Hey, but hey, he's a trooper though for making it through that race.
Yeah, right?
It's going to be a good
the
radioactive.
the funnier
tomorrow.
part to me was the fact that they were keeping Truex around as the backup driver for him.
My problem was like, why was that one of the bigger storylines? It's like.
'Cause
It's
they
almost
had-
like it was almost like they were about to put betting odds. Is he going to puke or is he going to?
Well, because at the beginning of the
Over
race, there
under.
was nothing to talk about. They needed any storyline they could grab onto. They're like, hey,
They probably wasn't even sick.
yeah, he just had to take regular medication.
What are
or
the
something.
over
Hey,
under?
you
He
pulled
probably-
the
he
short
probably-
straw this week, guys.
He probably burped once on the radio, and they're like,
Are you okay? Get him the medicine.
What's the parlay for a Reddick puking before stage 3?
"It's probably an under over of 2.5." All right, you ready? Kyle Larson is your playoff leader at 2,040 points. Let's just call it 40 points. You have Christopher Bell in second at 32. Tyler Reddick in third and 28. Then you have William Byron has 22 points. Ryan Blaney has 18. Denny Hamlin has 15, which Denny Hamlin should be much higher, but after his major penalty. Denny Hamlin should have been plus 10, plus 3 or 4 spots. So Denny Hamlin should have probably easily been in the 30s. So, but he's
But he
way down to
cheated,
6.
so
Well, yeah.
you don't get your points. Cheater,
Them
pumpkin eater.
them cheating Yoders, man.
Cheating Yoders, man.
That's back before you.
Cheating Yoders.
You have Chase Elliott with 14 playoff points in 7th, and you have Brad Keselowski somehow has 8 in 8th.
Somehow Brad has 8.
Somehow.
Inspired by Dale.
Nobody knows how. You have Joey Logano has 7. Austin Cindric has 7. Wow. Austin Cindric is just as good as Joey Logano.
Sounds about right.
Daniel Suarez has 6 playoff points.
Joey Logano was robbed to win, though.
Was he?
I think so.
Where?
Richmond.
No. No. Denny Hamlin might have been robbed to win.
Okay.
Suarez has 6. Bowman has 5. Chase Briscoe now has 5. Congratulations. Harrison Burton has 5. Ty Gibbs has 4. Martin Truex Jr. has 4. Martin Truex Jr. and Ty Gibbs are tied for the lowest. They are 36 points behind the leader. They are 1 point below the cutoff line. Actually, I will give them credit that if you go from 9th to 16th, you have a difference of 3 points.
Wow.
So you have Joey Logano in 9th, has 2,070 points, and you got this? You got this nice thing?
Yeah.
How'd you do that? Look at you, DJ.
It was really actually difficult, and I'm covering up Matt. So I'm sorry.
It's fine.
No.
Get rid of Matt. It's fine.
No.
It was all I could do.
Quality.
See, but you don't have points here.
Yeah, I do.
So basically, no, you don't. Oh yeah, you do.
Cover me up, bro.
Cover up Jeff. Nobody wants to see it.
There you go.
You just lost 90% of your viewership.
Probably.
Oh, the single lady.
They come for us.
Wait. I'm
So, yeah.
still here. Wait.
I mean, that's pretty much it. I mean, if you look at that, man, holy
see-
crap. I mean, if you go all the way to 8th and
Up
Brad
here.
Keselowski.
Up here, you got Kyle Larson. down here, you got Bell. And then right around this magical number, you come all the way down here, you got the best car in the league right here.
Joey Logano?
No.
The heck?
Give me a minute. Everything's backwards. There we
on
go.
Brad.
Look
This
at
is
that.
so ghetto.
Beautiful.
Listen, you told me to
Can you
start
get
making
this
this right.
transparent
No,
or
this is
something?
the
I'm
this is
working
the
on it.
beta for that thing we were talking about with Jake being the weatherman.
Bro, you legit just
The
cut that
NASCAR
thing
weatherman.
out of there?
Yes, I did. I found it online.
Anyways, I think this first round is going to be crazy, especially with Atlanta. Holy crap.
Yeah.
Somehow
I mean-
Daniel Suarez wins again.
Bro. You never know.
Dude,
Ty Gibbs wins Atlanta.
Ty Gibbs.
this might be a good opportunity to talk about our Final Four predictions, but
Yeah, let's do it.
I'm
Yeah,
just
who y'all
saying-
got in the Final
I'm
Four?
I'm just saying, bro. If it's freaking Suarez and Burton and all that, bro,
How'd you
that
know
would be
who I
wild.
That's
That would be
wild.
wild, dude.
I mean, they're all the hottest right now.
all the hotness.
They're the new hotness.
All right, who wants to go first?
Go ahead, Jeff.
Yeah, I brought it up, I guess. So
You ain't got it?
mine
You ain't got it
are.
ready? Come on.
How many notes you got on your phone?
Dang, bro.
Golly, man.
I think it was
Why?
way down there.
You got
I take
essays.
notes.
All right, come on.
I do have essays. I'm writing a book right now.
Wow.
I am.
Autobiography.
So I've got Reddick, Hamlin, Larson, and Byron as my
Wait, say it again. Say it
Go
again.
slower,
Slow down.
come
Slow
on.
down.
Reddick,
Yep.
Hamlin,
Gross.
Larson, and Byron.
Okay. Who's your
Gross.
championship? Who's your championship?
I'm gonna
Guy,
be honest.
thing.
I'm gonna go with Reddick.
Ooh.
Okay.
Spicy
All right.
pick.
All right. All right.
Little
Matt,
spicy.
Matt, me or you?
You can go.
Okay. I have
Ladies first.
Christopher Bell
Okay.
for sure. Probably definitely Tyler Reddick. It was gonna be Ross Chastain. I gotta find a new one.
He can still make it.
probably-
He can point his way in.
Kyle Larson, Denny Hamlin. So Bell, Reddick, Larson, Hamlin. I think mainly Larson, Bell, Reddick, just because the playoffs are going to be pretty crazy this year and they have the most points. I think it's going to help them get to the round of 4 or last championship
Round of
4,
4.
whatever they call that thing.
The championship round.
I think. Well, I was really favoring Denny Hamlin, but I actually think I'm going to agree with you, Jeff. After the penalty, I don't think Denny Hamlin has enough playoff points to assure himself a really good spot. He's not going to be able to work on the Phoenix race like everybody else is going to. So for that, Reddick.
You guys are crazy, right?
Brad Keselowski.
First and foremost. No, he's not on my list. Blaney.
You're not a fan.
Blaney's going to make his way in. Right?
Really? Because he did great today.
He's going to make his way in. You can't judge a whole championship on one race. Oh, wait. Yeah, we do.
Got Yo, clip that.
Oh, wait. We do. So Blaney.
Oh, my God.
Reddick, pending he's not sick, because this seems to be a thing with him.
This isn't Noah Greg.
Bell and Larson. Right? My championship driver is Bell. I think he's going to pull through this year.
As long as he keeps the brakes on it.
As long as Joe Gibbs gives him good brakes.
I was gonna say as long as the engine don't blow.
Them
Yeah.
cheating Yoders.
All right,
Blow
so
motor.
my turn now.
Yep.
So I'll say Kyle Larson, Tyler Reddick. I'm gonna say
You didn't take notes. You're just picking.
yeah,
That's
I am.
He is just picking.
improper.
Well, I also had to set up the whole show. Okay,
Since DJ's copying mine, I want new ones.
Ryan
Alex
Blaney.
Bowman.
Ryan Blaney. I'm gonna say Ryan Blaney and Christopher Bell. I'm gonna say Hamlin is not gonna make it because I think he's gonna be out because of the Roval. I think the Roval is gonna kill
That's
Hamlin.
fair.
I think that's gonna be the problem.
Who's
Yeah.
your champion?
Champion out of that group,
Definitely Harrison Burton.
Reddick.
Okay.
I want.
Wow. Reddick, Bell. Y'all don't know. It's going to rain.
I just think that Tyler.
All right,
I will say, if they do bring the really soft tire, Bell.
Bell. Yeah, that could be.
If they do bring the red tires, Bell.
Yeah.
Which
Which I hope they don't bring 2 red tires and 6 regular tires.
I hope they bring a red
Why
and a
not?
dark red.
They should bring all of one.
Somehow the red tire got darker.
Well, I just seen
Bring a
like,
black tire.
Out of all the drivers, the one that's kind of kept his nose clean the most and has been the most consistent with the top 5s and the top 10s is Reddick.
Especially
I mean,
He's
recently.
been on.
kept his pants
Reddick's been on
clean.
a
On a tear.
heater, bro.
right
Yeah.
now, yeah.
And
He
it's like
got
not
hot
with-
at the right time.
Not
No, they're
necessarily
hot.
with wins. He's got like I think he's probably got the most runner-up finishes this year, if I'm not mistaken.
No, definitely Sheldon Creed.
You're not wrong.
But like, there's been a lot of times where Tyler Reddick's getting interviewed after the race for a 2nd or 3rd place finish, and so it's like, you know, it's incredible what he's doing. But if it comes down to Phoenix, like I don't know how he normally runs at Phoenix, like off the top of my head. But like if it comes down to just that one race, I think he's consistent enough.
It does
to
come down to
get
just
a
one
cup.
race.
Yeah. But I don't know. I think he's going to be the most consistent. So
Consistency.
Yeah.
I don't think so. I don't think so at all. I think he's going to crap his pants again.
still ran decent.
He's going to wall ride
Today?
the cactus.
you're like really on this whole thing.
But
All right. What's
I'm
next,
trying to
DJ?
I'm trying to view the schedule. So I want to look at the playoffs and look ahead.
schedule.
So
Next week is so
we
exciting.
we have Atlanta coming up, which that's usually a pretty good solid.
What time is that
exciting
race next week?
That one is at
10:30
3
at night.
p.m.
3 p.m.
3 p.m.
Nice. Be nice, hot, slick.
Yep, it's gonna be wild.
We
The
going?
Xfinity race is gonna suck. Just
So
saying.
hot and
Yep.
slick.
Are we going
We should.
to Atlanta?
Let's go.
Yeah, why not?
We'll see you guys there, all right?
let's
DJ's
go.
driving.
Yeah,
You wanna go?
no, it's too hot.
Atlanta, baby.
Yeah, no.
I got my jump
And then
section.
after
Bring an
that,
umbrella.
after Atlanta, we go to Watkins Glen, and then we go back to Bristol.
All right, so
So-
who do you think's going to win those 3 races? So who do
Okay.
you think's going to win Atlanta?
Corey LaJoy.
Harrison Burton.
Oh.
Hopefully Ross. Hopefully
You know
Ross.
what? This is
No, honestly, anybody could win. At
Kyle
Atlanta.
Busch.
Oh yeah.
You think
Yeah,
so?
could
I
be.
think Blaney's gonna do it.
Two runner-ups in a row from other tracks.
Also
and he
finished
was
runner up here earlier.
Yep. So
Him or Blaney,
I
one of
think
them.
yeah, I think both of those are very likely.
Yeah.
No,
Yeah.
I see a Ford win.
Anybody could win the Atlanta race. Anybody.
All right, Watkins Glen. Larson, right?
Well, they're bringing the really soft tire.
To Watkins Glen?
Larson.
Supposedly, like a
Larson or
really
Bell?
soft tire.
SVG.
Larson or Bell?
Yeah.
I'm thinking SVG. If SVG's in the race, SVG.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. Watkins Glen is the only one that I feel like no,
Well,
because
Cup guys have been running it for a long time.
that's the only thing.
Chase Elliott's coming back.
Nope,
Doubt it.
I don't think so.
Truex wins it.
Imagine.
What was the last race?
Why do these people in last keep winning races?
It's unfair.
That would be wild. Yeah, I don't know who wins Watkins Glen because especially if they end up bringing that softer tire, that's going to change
Oh, it's going to
things
be
up.
Larson. Come on, guys.
It probably will be.
It's going to be Larson.
No, I'm
I
gonna-
can tell you it won't be Hamlin.
No, it will not be Hamlin.
Probably not.
Yeah.
I'm with
Then
Jake.
going to Bristol,
That's stupid.
That probably
that
will be
could
Hamlin.
I heard he's got this special engine he's gonna bring.
Red seals. And
red
all.
seals all
Should
over
be
it.
good to go.
Yeah. Yeah, so Bristol will be good, and is this the night race? Yeah, it is the night
Yeah.
race. So that'll be
You're-
7:30.
Don't
night.
ever come on. DJ.
I couldn't remember. Okay,
The summer race is always at night.
okay.
The real crown jewel, the real Southern 500.
It should be. I would be behind that.
Even though it's more north than Darlington.
Don't care. It's in Tennessee.
Where's the Mason-Dixon line?
It's in Tennessee.
It's the northern. It might as well be West Virginia.
West Virginia.
Yep. So so that's the next round that we got.
In other news, Tennessee won their opening week in NCAA football.
Good for them. So who do you guys think is going to be gone first? Like which 4 drivers?
Oh, who's going to get eliminated? Oh, this is good.
I don't
Betting
think.
Hamlin.
I don't think this will take long.
Martin Truex Jr. That's what I think.
Really? You think so?
No, I think realistically, Austin Cindric, Daniel Suarez, Harrison Burton, probably Brad Keselowski.
Nah, I think you're crazy.
Well, it's a road course in here.
I think you're wild.
Unless he wins Atlanta, which is very unlikely.
Nothing's unlikely for the Keselowski.
He's almost won there
Call him
several
the Kez.
times.
No,
Kez.
honestly, there's a couple. The Watkins Glen makes it hard for a couple guys, but then
Yeah.
Bristol, like I don't know, man. If we have a tire like we did before, it's such an unpredictability, and then Atlanta's so unpredictable. Like honestly,
Is this gonna be
if
honest?
Kyle Larson gets wrecked at Atlanta and has a terrible Watkins Glen, who's to say he can't get knocked out?
Yeah, it's very
I mean, this
close.
first round is kind of crazy.
Yeah.
He's what 35 points above the
35,
cut. That's
yeah.
not a lot of points. That's probably the least amount of points the championship leader or regular season, whatever, the favorite, however you want to call Kyle Larson, the number 1 seed starting the playoffs is probably the lowest amount of points they've ever had.
Yeah.
So I mean, at this point, I have never seen like you have Martin Truex Jr. is -1 below the cut. And you get all the way up
So
to Brad
Brad,
Keselowski.
plus 3.
Keselowski.
Keselowski.
I like it.
This is bullying. You know who's in the playoffs?
Keselowski.
Not
But he's
Ross.
only 3+, so you have like more than half the playoff field is only 4 points away.
Yeah. They're
I mean,
four-
that's
four away.
crazy.
So it's close. Yeah. There's definitely like in the past, we had like Truex, what was it, 2 years ago or last year, where
Like 60
he
something
had
points.
so many points
Yeah.
stacked up through
Dude
the
could
year
just
that he
Stay
was
home the first 2 races
he was
of a round.
terrible through the playoffs
Still
and
couldn't
still
win.
made it to a round of 8. So
Yeah.
so
I think this
that's
is
not
shaping
gonna
up to
happen.
be the most exciting playoffs. Who do y'all think is going to get knocked out?
Ooh, I'll go.
So Harrison Burton for sure.
Yeah, so I got Burton, I got Cindric, I got Truex, and Denny.
Where did Harrison Burton run
You
today?
got Denny?
I got Denny. Denny sucks.
stop.
Get that guy out of here.
Matthew,
He's gonna get
stop.
hit. He's gonna get hit with another penalty, encumber his win. He's gonna lose.
No,
another
come
100
on.
Points.
He's
All
already. This engine's good.
So
You
I
don't know
think you're going to be looking at Burton,
Yeah.
Cindric,
Yep.
Bowman,
Bowman.
Stop.
No, I think he'll be all right.
Bowman.
Just because he's losing
And
his
Briscoe.
ride doesn't mean he's getting. Come on.
Whoa,
DJ.
whoa, we haven't broke that news.
Shh, nobody. What news?
I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah, I don't know if we can. Yeah.
Mum's the word. All right, so
Redact that.
We'll talk about that next year.
yeah.
Hit the beat button. Hey, bro. All right. Hey, for what it's worth, Harrison Burton finished 21st. Bowman finished 19th. They
See?
beat.
Solid.
They beat. Ready for this?
Blaney.
Blaney.
William Byron,
Byron
Martin
sucks.
Truex Jr., and Ryan Blaney. All playoff.
I don't
guys.
see Byron moving that far this year. I'm gonna be honest. He's supposed to be
is in
hot
our
right
chat
now, and
now.
he's not.
Where's he at?
Lewis is in our chat.
Oh no.
Seven-
He's asking for points already.
Points?
Points.
Yeah, because now it's come down to me and him.
Yeah.
I actually took the lead, Lewis. Just to let
It's,
you know.
it's going to be
Kinda-
very, very close. Very, very close.
Yeah, this is going to be kind of.
Thank God Larson didn't win. He probably would have got it.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Larson still finished third.
I'm not too sure because,
Jeff,
like.
what are your picks?
Who gets
Who
eliminated,
gets
Jeff?
eliminated first? I'm going to say Burton, Cindric, Truex. And
Just picked the bottom
I'm
four.
gonna
Okay,
go
got it.
Briscoe.
Moving on.
Briscoe.
Briscoe.
So you just picked the bottom
Yeah.
four. Cool.
Whatever.
All right,
No,
well,
he-
I thought Ty
Same,
Gibbs
bro.
was there.
No,
right?
no, Cindric is in 10th, so technically he did not pick the
Ty
bottom
Gibbs
four.
was down there.
Ty
how
Gibbs
did
is in
that, how did
15th.
that happen?
I think Ty Gibbs. He's been consistent at least
He's been
recently. I think
really
he'll
But
sneak
I
his
do
way
want to
through.
comment on the
how
Byron
is
thing.
Austin Cindric ahead of Alex Bowman?
He's that good, bro.
I did want to comment on that. Like
Huh.
you can never count out the Hendrick people in the playoffs because they will just sandbag the second.
All
The
year.
second they lock in, they will sandbag the whole rest of the season.
They
and
might
just
run
like,
1, 2, 3, 4 the next 3 weeks, and I would not be surprised.
Yeah, that's just like classic Hendrick.
Oh,
They've
you all forgot
always
about
done
us?
that, bro.
Psych.
Don't worry,
Like,
we're
Remember
still here.
these?
Larson's done it.
Louvers.
Byron's done it. Chase Elliott's done it. Where it's like they win, they get in, and then they just
Honest,
get data the rest of the year, and they just sandbag.
I'm with you, but I feel like tonight was the night to show up and start doing that.
I mean,
Because
Larson,
Daytona's already over.
Larson dominated 260
Yeah.
laps.
Fair point.
It's still lost.
All right.
So-
You
And
know,
World's
Byron
best
wasn't
driver,
running.
everybody.
Byron wasn't running terrible until he got wrecked.
You know what's funny?
It wasn't bad.
I even said because
No,
they
he's
made
a
a
top
comment
five.
about like Larson's win rate when he has led over 200 laps was like 30%. And I'm like, shouldn't that be higher? And he
Hey,
led over 200 laps today and did not win this race.
Ooh.
in other big news,
Just went down.
This is
Yep.
the first time in 3 weeks that Kyle Larson has outrun Cody Ware. Y'all didn't hear this stat?
What is that?
No, but
Cody
This
Ware-
is the best stat. Kyle Larson comes up the whole thing. I'm better than Max Verstappen. Proceeds to get beat by Cody Ware and finishes in 2 weeks in a row.
Oof.
that is not how you prove your point there, Larson.
Yeah, I thought it was hilarious.
You're making us look bad.
Disrespectful.
Yeah.
But I mean, in all fairness, he beat Cody Ware, but it's hard to tell because Cody Ware didn't run today. But
He would have been. He probably would have won the race, to be honest.
honestly,
Yeah.
probably would have.
Yeah.
Lewis
Woulda, coulda,
said
shoulda.
Lewis said Jeff is gross for his loyalty to Hendrick.
Why'd you have to point out that comment?
At least I'm loyal to a team instead of just hopping from driver to driver like Tyler Reddick and Kyle Busch.
Ooh,
So
we got shots fired.
All right, where are we at?
They were
All right.
blanks, but
but I
they
can't
were
talk. I'm
fired.
wearing the truck Russia.
All right. So let's talk about some things that happened. There wasn't a lot of news that happened this week, so this is our NAS news section. So the final appeals failed. RC says the penalty. Richard Childers, by the way, says that this penalty has changed NASCAR forever.
NASCAR forever.
Did y'all watch the video?
It was
No,
so
I have
funny.
not.
I'm a hardcore, like, I love Richard Childress, Dale Earnhardt, all that. I'm a fan. That was not a good interview. It was not good.
I knew it was going to be bad when he tried to say, "You can't believe everything you hear on the internet."
When it was a
I
radio?
was saying wreck 'em.
When it was a
Like,
radio call.
Richard, come on, man.
And then the big white cowboy hat threw me off too.
So he did the whole thing. He was like, the 22 got 3 mile an hour slower going into the corner. That was Joey Logano's fault. And he said, I just don't understand how it's our fault when a guy beneath you gets loose and runs up into you. I was like, oh, boy.
Richard.
So this,
Chill,
according to Richard Childress,
please.
this has changed NASCAR forever,
I mean,
which is probably why Kyle Busch did not make a move for the win tonight.
probably.
I 100% believe that.
Dude, that was.
What are you gonna do?
If
Win
you
the race
haven't
and then
seen
get it
it,
taken away?
Go and watch the Richard Childress interview from this week.
I need
it's
to.
pretty funny.
It's really funny.
I used to win.
It
races
is
too.
time to let Austin go off, run a good season next year, and hand it off.
And was it just me or was it like filmed on like a potato of a cell phone? Like that's like the best part for me. It was
The
just like
Nokia.
super crappy cell phone footage of it.
So yeah, so that was interesting for sure. But so now their hopes are officially dead. Like Austin's not in the
Oh
playoffs.
yeah, it's over.
Obviously.
Yep, over.
That was it. Also, probably the biggest news this week that happened was the schedule released for the
Yeah,
2025
that's big.
season.
Finally, for
So
all
we-
3 series.
We
Yay!
finally know that I'm going to have a massive question for Kyle Busch in this list.
He gets a waiver.
I really want to know. So we started the clash at Bowman Gray. We already knew about that.
Are you gonna read it all off?
No, I'm just kind
It's
of
basically all the same.
it's very, very similar.
There's two. There's a couple highlights. One, we're going to Mexico. Questionable if Kyle Busch can make it. I'm pretty sure he can, but it's not confirmed. Starts off very similar. We do go to the Clash for the. We do go to Bowman Gray for the Clash.
Yep.
Homestead gets moved up early in the year. This is an unfavorable date, but this is part of the belief that they are going to that date as a bid as part of their deal to get to the championship in 26.
Yes, that's correct.
That's the idea.
That's a rumor, to be clear. We don't know that for
yeah.
sure, but that's the rumor.
That is pretty much it, except for the one other big thing we talked about.
There is an off week for Easter.
Easter is the off week. The other big thing is Talladega is now in the round of 8, which is unbelievable. If you go down to the round of 8 here, you have Las Vegas, which is fine, but then you have Talladega and Martinsville. Like wild.
So
wild.
that round of 8 is literally.
Did y'all see like the trucks final round before the
Oh,
playoff?
I did.
Oh,
It was-
dude, it's nuts.
What
It's
was
like,
it? Talladega,
it's
the
like Talladega,
Roval,
Roval, and Martinsville or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm like, God dang.
They are
That is
trying to hurt
wild.
people, I swear. So that was wild. Worldwide Technology goes into the playoffs in the round of 16.
Why?
The second race.
Because NASCAR's buying the track.
Gross.
That's
Nepotism.
That is a rumor, but that is that's the belief.
I'm
That's the only reason why they would give up one of the other tracks. Oh, Richmond's losing a date. We called
Yep.
that earlier in the year.
Yep.
Yeah.
that's where
We definitely
Mexico
called that,
most
yep.
likely is going to be.
Just like what we were talking about in the group chat this week. They make a track good, and then they take a date away.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Oh, you
Well,
guys like
to
that?
be
See you
fair,
later.
it wasn't like they made the track good. It was just they had two crazy
figured out-
endings.
They figured out how
Well, we had Austin
Yeah.
Dillon do his thing on one of them, and then we had Denny Hamlin jump the restart on the other one.
Yeah.
That was the only reason we talked about Richmond either time.
but
Facts.
I don't know.
So
Okay, real question. Why is Chicago and Sonoma 1 week apart?
yes, I did notice that.
And
Are they
then
really?
Dover?
Yep.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Chicago, Sonoma,
Yeah.
Dover.
It
What
is
is up with
Chicago,
those, that
Sonoma.
like 3-week run? What are we
Then-
doing?
You don't like Dover?
Atlanta, Chicago.
I'm fine with
Sonoma.
Atlanta. You got what, super speedway style, then road course.
I'm not gonna
Short
lie
track?
though. That if so, Atlanta
like Dover.
guys. So Atlanta, Chicago, Sonoma. That's the start of TNT. Like that's a wild start for TNT, and honestly, the prime ones too. Like
I don't
Prime
know what
starts
this,
with the Charlotte with the
Coke
Coke 600. Nashville, Michigan. Those are solid races, and then Mexico City.
Man, Prime's ending
Pocono.
strong with Pocono.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah. Pocono. You better know we're going to Pocono.
We got like a stretch in the middle where you have Chicago, Sonoma, Dover, Indianapolis, Iowa. Then you have Watkins Glen. Like it's like road course
Man,
summer.
what a letdown right before Daytona, Richmond.
Daytona.
Well, that's good. That should make it be a lot better.
Daytona's
Um,
the cutoff again, which is
But
nice.
yes, Daytona is the cutoff again.
Thank
so we do
God.
have that back again.
Bristol's
then-
still like a playoff round ender. The Roval is back.
Round of 16.
Roval is back with a much sharper turn.
Go.
Oh no, that's sharper turns this year.
Somehow the
that's right.
Roval return.
Yeah, round of 16.
Here's the
Looks like we
truck
got-
ones. Yeah, truck is Roval, the last round.
Look at
Roval,
this- look at this
Talladega,
last round.
Martinsville.
Dude, that is crazy.
wild.
I'm super psyched for Talladega.
Even that first round of the
about
playoffs is Darlington, Bristol, New Hampshire. Like that's pretty tough, and then you go to just pure chaos second round. God
Yeah,
dang.
those are going to be some fun races to watch.
What's this racetrack called? Easter Break.
So we're.
What are we supposed to do that?
Have you ever heard?
Some
Have you ever
dirt
heard of
track
Easter
in
Island?
Northeast Tennessee.
You ever heard of Easter
Oh,
Island? It's on
yeah.
Easter Island,
Oh, gotcha.
out in the Pacific.
Nice.
Yeah.
Easter break?
They go.
So
Jeez.
stupid.
It's a wild race.
And then for Xfinity, the Rockingham's coming back for Xfinity and
Rockingham,
trucks.
The Rock
should be
is
cool.
coming
Rock.
back.
That's cool.
The guys at
Oh,
Racing Addicts.
I was wondering, are you going to
podcast,
remember?
They well, I'm not. They have challenged us to go to the race.
I know. Yeah.
I think I'm pretty sure I have to work that Sunday. It's like that's going to make it really tough.
Definitely can't go.
Why not?
It's Megan's birthday.
Oh yeah.
I definitely can't
Dang,
go.
that
April
really
is
sucks for you.
April is like the hardest month for us.
April.
I got my daughter, my mother-in-law, Megan, your daughter.
Yep, I got
There's
my
like
daughter.
5
Yeah,
birthdays in April.
The Rock.
If I get
Rock.
if I get to watch a race in April, I'm lucky.
It was like it was a miracle that you were able to go to Bristol this year.
Yeah. I had to pull a few strings on that one. That was. I'm glad
I
I
don't
went.
know
It
if-
was the best race I've been to at Bristol. The only other one I went to, Kyle Busch destroyed everyone.
Maybe me and Jeff will go.
What is up with
He
us going to
scares me when
Bristol
he
and
drives.
Toyota's winning? What is up with that?
Wait, what?
We've been twice.
Every time, bro.
That's
Every
gross.
time.
I mean, it's
There
only
you go.
2. It's not a huge sample
Bro,
size.
I've been there a bunch.
It's weird to have it
before
twice.
y'all.
That's fair enough.
It's weird.
I'm down to go to the Rock. That sounds like a good
The
time.
Rock.
So okay, so
Long
yep,
drive.
so that's the
Yeah.
the schedule came out.
What's the what's your
What was
guys'
it?
favorite and worst parts of it? What do you guys like?
Hi-
Schedule?
highlights
what-
and dislikes?
Yeah, what's your favorite thing, and then what's your like least favorite thing?
I have 2 thoughts on one of them.
The
Go.
Clash is not in Daytona.
Fair enough.
See, I didn't include
Matt,
that because
stop.
that was a given for me. But like,
My thing is like as a fan, I love the idea of the round of 8 having Talladega, but I think as
Do you?
the sport purist in me is like that's a terrible idea. So I'm kind of torn on that
I'm
one.
with you. I'm
Yeah.
like, the chaos is kind of fun.
Yeah,
It's gonna be
You're
entertaining.
like,
Me sitting on the couch loves it.
You guys are
Me as a
absolutely
fan,
insane.
as a fan of a driver that's probably going to be fighting for his life, is going to hate it.
You guys don't understand. Brad just has to make it to the round of 8.
yeah, that's the problem.
He's good.
The legitimacy
He's
of
good.
the championship is in question
No, it's not.
because somebody like Brad can make it all the way.
He could do it. the
No,
the gods have shown a light
He's all in. He's all in.
RFK.
No, the so there's that. As far as a highlight of I'm interested to see Mexico City. I'm interested to see what they do. And
Yeah.
I'm honestly interested to see Bowman Gray because I think that's going to be an absolute mess.
If I was a fly on a wall to see the logistics of that nightmare, it's going to be insane.
it's going to be awful.
Just to sit there with a box of popcorn. Just
I don't know that I have like one particular standout favorite.
I do have to say, I think they moved up Atlanta, right? To
The summer
Yeah.
Atlanta moved
Yeah.
up. a
yeah,
little
that's
bit.
cool.
Yeah.
I like that.
Yeah, make it hotter.
When
It'll
is
be
it
June's
now?
not that bad.
it is.
Oh, in June.
Yeah,
Yeah.
June.
Oh, okay,
June
that's
28th.
not that's not
Is it
too
still
bad.
right after Daytona or no?
Yeah.
Yeah, right after
Yeah.
the week.
Oh,
following
maybe we can go to the
500.
June one next year.
Yeah.
It's
I
real
mean, it
hot.
kind of gives us a.
A little more
Gives
time.
an option.
Yeah.
I think for me. Oh, you want to go, Jake?
I was just saying, I'm just disappointed it's not Daytona doesn't host the Clash this year.
Yeah, yeah. I didn't include that because that was a given for me, and I said that last week. But
Trash.
Loyalist.
yeah,
Yeah.
I'm kind of. I mean, yeah, it's where it's the best. I think the negative for me is like, bro, we just need to get rid of New Hampshire, bro. We just need to get rid of it.
New Hampshire in the playoffs is pretty trash.
Like, yeah,
unless
like,
it rains.
like it's already a terrible race.
Will they
and
put
then-
sprinklers up for the playoffs?
It's a terrible race, and then I don't want a playoff race that's only like 300 miles.
Yeah,
That's
fair,
lame,
fair.
dude.
I like that.
And then and then on top of that, there's no lights, so you're on like a limit, like a
Yeah.
time limit. Just
That's one
what a
thing. I don't
mess,
think a
dude.
playoff race should not have lights.
I'm not trying to like go to a
I
racetrack.
think every
covered in heroin needles.
playoff race should have lights at the track. That should be a given. There should be no need to worry about either a rain delay or this is being pushed till Monday if it's a playoff race.
But yeah, I've never been a fan of New Hampshire. I think it's terrible. It just needs to go.
I think it's terrible.
Like
You're just afraid of lobsters.
it's just not good. It's just not
No,
a
that's
great
me.
race. But
Are you scared of lobsters
I'm
too?
kinda-
No,
I
no,
guess my highlight.
They're fine.
I guess my highlights with DJ. I'm interested to see Mexico City.
I
And
can't
it's kind
answer
of
it.
ballsy that they're doing it as a points paying.
Y'all see how
race.
long that straightaway is?
Yeah,
I'm
But
looking at
also
the map
fact
of
that
it.
they're-
with a
they're-
straight right turn.
Like
yeah.
hard
They have an
90 degree.
oval. Why do they run the oval?
No.
But it's one of those things where they're doing it as a points paying race, which is super interesting. Yeah, I don't know. It's going to be exciting. I'm excited to see what happens. I am excited to see if Kyle Busch actually is able to go.
Should be interesting.
But
What?
Yeah.
In all seriousness, we've been joking about it. But it does sound like he is able to go. So
Yeah, I imagine he's going.
Daniel
All right.
Suarez is going to win that race.
If
Locks
not,
in the playoffs.
home field advantage.
Yeah, right.
Pretty sure he's raced there before.
Like if Ross ran a dirt track in watermelon field,
All right, so
just like the school buses back home.
oh my gosh. All right, so let's do a couple quick questions of the week.
We only have one.
There's 2.
There's one from Kuzman.
There's one.
In the
Okay,
chat.
well, there's one.
There's-
Okay,
it's
so
one. I got
what are your thoughts on the Parker Reslaf controversy?
Yep.
So for anyone that is not caught up, basically Parker Reslaf at Daytona has a choice to push basically Kyle Busch
Not really.
or, well, okay, I'm getting there, or Harrison Burton, and he stays on. Harrison Burton pushes him to the win. Keep in mind, Parker Reslaf is driving a Chevy. Kyle Busch is in a Chevy. Super speedways are very known for manufacturers working together. So a lot of people are like, yo, Parker, what's up? You should have pushed Kyle to the win, not Harrison. You know, what's up with that? So anyway, what are y'all's thoughts on it?
I think that Kyle Busch had it right. I mean, because he kind of came out and said after the fact that he's not mad at Parker for not pushing him to the win, simply for the fact that he was excluded from any Chevrolet team meetings
Fair
prior to the
point.
race. And so he ended up saying, like, look, even if you are a backmarker team and you're running a certain manufacturer, if you're not included in those meetings, I would not feel that I'm obligated to do that.
What do you know it's expected
So,
of you?
That's what I'm
Exactly.
saying. So,
Yeah.
like, I wouldn't feel obligated to do that. And Kyle Busch, being pretty much one of the most tenured drivers at this point, in our generation of racers, like, I think that him saying that holds a lot of weight. And, I don't know. I wouldn't feel obligated to do anything. And plus, it's racing. What does it matter? It's like you're going to go for the win. If you have a chance to win, you better go for the win. Like, I'm not going to go push someone even if they are a teammate.
I think that is the stupidest conclusion Kyle Busch came to. They drive Chevys. It's not hard to know what you're supposed to push. It's got a big logo on the front and the back.
It does say
If it
Camaro
doesn't
on the
say
back.
Chevy and you're gonna lose, don't push someone else.
Jeff's
I'm
just
just-
over here like,
I'm just no. It's not like you. It's what
No,
Kyle
I'm
Busch
just
said. It's
saying,
that
like,
whole like,
it's a spicy
oh,
take.
he's okay. He wasn't in the meetings. No, he wasn't in the meetings. But you know what a Chevy is?
And you know what Kyle Busch
Matt,
drives?
You're one of the most petty people I know. I know that if you were in Parker's situation, that you would do the same exact thing.
no, he would
Absolutely
push
not.
Brad.
I would make.
drop
I
back
just
to
dropped
find
back.
back.
Where's Brad? There he is.
No.
I would find.
Disagree with me.
I would do
Matt,
the-
Matt is the kind of person where he's like, I wasn't included in the meeting. I'm not going to do that.
Absolutely.
I all know it.
I would have made the dumbest move. I would have went three wide, all the way to the fence and just ran it all the way up. There's no way I'm pushing Harrison Burton. Are you kidding me? If Harrison Burton was signing my paycheck, yeah, 100%. But he's driving a Chevy. What are we arguing about?
Did he maybe think that if he being unexperienced, if he pushes Kyle, he might make Kyle loose, and then he wrecks Kyle Busch trying to go for the win, and it's like
I don't think that crosses his mind at all.
Yeah,
No.
I don't know.
Did you see the pushes? They literally pushed each other until they flipped over and hit
That's
the wall
true.
upside down.
Fair
I don't
enough.
think anybody was worried about pushing each other too hard.
That's true.
Did
If
Parker
you can't
know it
keep
was
it
the last
straight, it's
lap?
shame on you.
I don't have anything against Parker. It's just it feels like common sense. You're there, you're fourth,
No,
you're pushing.
You go and you run the best you can for your team. That's it.
yeah,
Especially
so
on
you
the
go
last
three
lap.
wide, you go wild, you make it a crazy end
Can't
finish.
make it. Can't go 3 wide.
Yeah, you can. I've seen it. At
My thing
Atlanta.
is,
Seen it.
my way
seen
I
it
look
at
at it
Talladega.
is you do the best for your team. If you you've determined we're not winning this race, then you say, okay, what about our teams? And then if none of them are there, then you go, okay, my manufacturer.
Bro, you're going 200
I-
miles
I
per
don't
hour in
care.
a car. You see your manufacturer. You
The
push
problem is there's no chance for him to line up behind Kyle Busch
That's the
because Christopher Bell lined up behind Kyle Busch.
I agree
So
with that for sure.
What are you gonna do? You're gonna line up behind Christopher Bell?
You go
You
three
don't
wide.
you either line up behind a Ford or a Toyota who's behind a Chevy.
Well, it's like what we said.
you're not lining up with a manufacturer. So the best case scenario for Parker Retzlaff to not completely piss off Chevy is to line up behind Bell, push them so well that you push Bell out to the outside, right? Get him clear of the outside lane, and then all of a sudden Kyle Busch falls back to your bumper. You lose all the momentum. The outside line runs away. A Ford or Toyota wins.
Yep, no chance.
You're screwed. I mean, it
Yeah.
is what it is, man.
Sabotage.
Yeah.
The best thing you could have done is push the 21 too hard and wrecked him and flipped him on the backstretch.
Who was funding the 62 car? Wasn't it Richard Childress funding the 62 car?
Well, they funded, but they bought a Richard Childress car.
I'm
Yeah.
sure a little
No,
end
they're-
of race
they're a little upset.
payment would have been there.
But the problem is,
Hey, thank
Richard
you.
Childress needs to understand that Richmond changed NASCAR forever. I don't know, man.
all
Like,
bets are off now.
I don't know.
Bro.
I don't know. I'm sure that he was saying when he saw the Kyle Busch interview, he's like, "Yeah, you can't believe everything you see on the
Bro.
internet."
Yeah, that's what he should have told reporters. I didn't hear my spotter. You can't believe everything you hear on the internet.
yeah, right. Exactly. All right.
Yeah, but like that's
Oh,
one thing
God.
about Kyle Busch though is like, we've seen some pretty hot takes and like a bunch of hypocrisy from people like Denny Hamlin and stuff like that. But the thing with Kyle Busch is like he might come off as a jerk, but his racing IQ is really good, and so it's like, in my opinion, so it's like kind of one of those things where if Kyle Busch is saying it, it's
Is that
pretty
how
credible.
Is that how he got beat by the
I'm-
21 and 14
Look, I'm just saying,
racing
you know,
IQ?
Racing IQ.
I can't blame him if
IQ
I'm not
doesn't make the
invited
car
to,
go
If
faster.
I'm not invited to a meeting, I'm not
Literally
I'm
a
not
team
loyal
that's
to no one.
Closing.
So that's my take. But
You have a team that's
No.
closing and
I
a
wasn't
team that
listening, sorry.
basically is just an additional Penske car.
It's a name.
Yeah. All right. You guys got
Crazy.
anything you guys want to say before we wrap things up?
I do got to give a shout out. I owe somebody a shout out. A friend of mine at work, him and his wife watch every week. She's a huge Michael Waltrip fan, so I got to give his wife a shout out.
Oh, okay.
Many thanks to your listens, and sorry we got to meet Michael Waltrip and you didn't. Sorry. In all
What a
fairness,
shout-out.
Matt did yell at Michael Waltrip, which was really funny.
Nice.
Atlanta next week.
Let's do it.
Yeah, I'm ready.
Xfinity,
Should
right?
be
No
fun.
trucks. Xfinity's gonna suck because the aero package sucks.
Yep.
Don't
Don't watch.
Take
Should be
the best
exciting.
thing, the best series, and they're gonna neuter it like they did last week at Michigan. So same thing. But the Cup race should be awesome.
It
Yep.
should be.
Should be
Should be
good.
a
What
lot.
are y'all
a
doing
lot of
next
fun.
Sunday? We'll go to Atlanta.
Yeah, we'll be there.
I gotta play drums, but we'll see.
Should be there, right there.
All right, y'all.
We'll be
We'll,
right over there.
we'll see you guys next week. Take it easy, everybody.
Yes,
See
sir.
ya.